Hey there, Outliers, Pioneers, and Mavericks. Nemo Ashong here, coming at you from Seoul Forest, Korea. And honestly, the view and the experience has just been so amazing that I'm like, I just need to get out here and share something. Whatever it is, let me come out and share. Let me show you what I can see. It's just this beautiful expanse. I was just walking through the tulip garden with my wife, Nicole. Here we are, just looking out, just taking some time in. Nicole, this is coming at you, so I'm giving you a heads up. Hey, if you don't know Nicole, yeah, she's part of the reason I do. She's part of the reason I am who I am. So today here, now, like, what I wanted to share really quickly is a concept around additive versus argumentative. And just 2 days ago, I actually had a major milestone in my own outline pioneering and maverick journey. It was really, for me, like, it was my pioneer and maverick was really coming through. And what happened was that we had a conversation with a small group of people around diversity and inclusion, actually around inclusion. I realized that it's more than just like diversity and inclusion. And I just think the thing that came up there that was so meaningful, what came out was that throughout this conversation, the whole time we were looking to add to one another, to grow in our experience, in our understanding, in our confusion, in our frustrations, like all of it. We just allowed ourselves to grow throughout it. And it was a very different experience than any one person having to be right. Throughout, there was no element of this is the right way, but rather I'm looking to add and be a part of this conversation. It was something magical for me as well, because on my pioneering journey, this was a specific milestone. About maybe a year and a half or 2 years ago, I really felt called to start bringing people together to discuss topics around inclusion in a very different way. And it took me a while. It took me a bit of learning more about myself, being willing to be out there as an outlier, to be out there as a pioneer, and to have this maverick approach of talking about something that the status quo has already deemed that the conversations should take place in a certain way. And in experiencing this here with this group of people, it gave me a chance to see what really happens here. I think this was actually really important, because in the overall concept of additive versus argumentative, what I found is that our approach to this entire conversation was not in a way that says what's been going on is wrong, let's argue the right ways to do it. Instead, we're adding in a new way to have a conversation. We're adding in a deeper conversation, we're elevating the conversation, but it's happening in addition to what else is going on. There's a lot of work that needs to get done in this field. There's a lot of work that needs to get done to really bring us all together. And rather than taking away from the work that others have done, it was really quite refreshing to be able to share in an experience and grow in an experience that's added to the body of work of what you and others out there are doing. So I'm going to end this here and get back to this wonderful time here with my wife. I felt inspired, so I wanted to share something with you. And I'm going to ask you here from a place of inspiration, where in your conversations, in this next 7 days, can you choose to be additive versus argumentative? Where in the projects you decide to take on, or the ways in which you look at your world or what you're contributing to, how can you look at it from a standpoint of being additive versus argumentative? And then let me know if you are able to do this, even in just one element in the next week here, how might that give you and empower you to be even more of an outlier, to be even more of a pioneer, to be even more of a maverick, and with all that, to create even more impact and more freedom in your life and with those that you lead. I'd love to continue the conversation. I'd love to hear more about this with you. For now, though, I'm going to go back and frolic in the tulip garden. I'm Nemo Ashong, outlier, pioneer, and maverick myself, founder of Enjoyment and pioneer leader of the World Joy Movement. I feel like Khaleesi right here, like all these different names. Let's see how far we go. Leave a comment wherever you're watching this here. I'd love to continue the conversation. And you know how things work with me. For a lot of people respond to this here, I'll actually set aside some time and get us all onto a conversation so we can explore this even more deeply. You're amazing. Keep on doing what you're doing. The world needs you. Journey on.